What's happening, beautiful gamers? Blank here and welcome back to what's gonna be the final episode for Somber Echoes. We are right here at the final place. Don't forget, before you do anything else, before you collect all the necklace pieces, before you deliver the necklace pieces, you must get this ending. Otherwise, the game will lock you out and you will only be able to get 3 out of the 4 endings. For some reason, my maximum health has been cut in half. I do not know why. I believe it might be a bug with the game, but hey, that is actually fixed with the other endings, so let's just go straight and let's tackle the game. Let's go, guys. Much love, by the way. You guys are absolutely incredible. I love y'all.
An eerie silence filled the room. The throne itself stood empty. Harmonia's commanding voice echoed all around her. It should have never come to this, but destiny awaited. Now it was time once and for all, for their score to be settled. The voice of a fear in her mind sounded gleeful, almost ecstatic. Adrestia had made the right choice. Humanity could be saved. A final boon the god imparted. Her sword pulsed with brilliant force. The time was nigh, Harmonia to face, and put an end to her malevolent plan.
Oh yeah, and then with that done, it's actually time for us to finish the game. Fantastic. I'm still a little bit afraid of fighting with little health, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go. Hi, sis. Oh, first hit. Wait, what? Oh, my health is back. Let's go. Also, do I have to like destroy them all? Oh, that was disgusting. Okay, I think the faster that we go, the better it is. There it is. I have no idea how that we're supposed to like, stop that. Wow. Okay, we got this final battle on the back. She's actually not that difficult, okay? Yeah, once you get her at the top, use the shadows against her. You are pretty much good to go. There it is. Always utilizing your things to your advantage. Oh, that was so lucky. There it is, foul. Let's go. Oh, we actually parried her. Use the spear so we can do double damage over there. Okay, we sent her flying. Perfect parry, let's go. Oh, come on. Let's go, she fell again. Spear in the back. Let's go. Let's go twice. Excellent. In the back. Let's go! I like the battle. I actually enjoyed this boss battle.
And bitterness as she fell. Her gaze grew dim and distant. Her machinations, her ascension plan, with her were laid to rest. Huddled together, the survivors hoped in vain, until the very last minute that the escape capsules would activate and take them all to safety. A moment later, the ship was engulfed in an intensely bright flash. The hull was torn apart all over. Harmonia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world. Her memories, a carefully laid out plan, in but a moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delayed by shattering the necklace. And she was likewise consumed by smoke, rubble, and flame. On the Atromitos, she also perished. Aether and Nyx, content and soothed, their universe had been spared. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. Nervously he paced in the dimly lit room, and as she approached, in shame he hung his head. Profoundly he apologized for all the misdirection, but it was for the greater good, he promised. With the necklace whole, Harmonia could now save them all.
Okay, you're not gonna talk to me anymore? Okay, so now we gotta go straight. This one is in here showing, but there's nothing to do in there. I think it's just the nickname, yeah? Can I change the nickname? And just delete everything? Maybe that's why it says something. Or maybe that's why it shows. Like confirm it. Yeah, it's still there. It doesn't really do anything, know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. But hey, let's go. Let's finish the game.
An ominous feeling washed over her as the room she cautiously entered. Suppressed memories of what had happened here threatened to flood her mind.
Okay, well, we should be fine nonetheless. I thought for a second that we were actually gonna be getting something else because of our memories, but whatever. And there's the necklace. Hi!
Decisively, down the stairs she climbed, step by step, her gaze locked on Adrestia. Now that the truth had been laid bare, the necklace was a way for her divine destiny to be fulfilled at last. Adrestia needed to help her reach her rightful place, or get out of her way.
Okay, so I think this is decision making. Put on the necklace or kneel. I'll kneel first.
With teary eyes, Harmonia welcomed her sister's pledge. As all the stars had now aligned, the ascension ritual could be started.
She's gonna kill me, isn't she?
Rage incarnate, Aether and Nyx in unison roared. Spitting out words, they cursed Adrestia for her insurgence and threatened her with ultimate demise. Had this scene taken place anywhere else, the twins they would have instantly ended. In this forsaken distant realm, instead, they blindly charged. A brilliant ray Aether then hurled, his rage directed towards Adrestia. Without hesitation and in a flash, Harmonia shielded her sister. Content and joyful as she fell, by her sacrifice, her flowing blood, the ritual was completed. Adrestia now stood alone to face the divine wrath.
Well, that is really scary. Okay, so we took damage. Do not understand how. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, you just gotta be careful. I see what you wanna do. Yep, just gotta be careful. How am I supposed to do that? I see. Okay, now we get the supernova over there. Wait, how am I? Oh, no idea. Oh, so I guess that you have to like go around and oh, I can charge up. Boom, baby. That's a lot of damage over there. I understand what you need to do. Come on. Second place. Let's go, baby. Are we gonna first try this bad boy? Okay, we're fine. We're good to go. No, that's so good. That's so good. The fire. No, the fire! Wow. Okay, guys, this final boss fight, it says good, okay? It gets good, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna dodge this, I'm gonna use my spears, I have to move in there, I have to hit him here, he uses that. Oh, that's fantastic. But then there is the second, like not second phase, but then there is a phase where he starts doing something dumb. And then you're like, okay, wait, hold on. What am I supposed to do now? Know what I'm saying? And then that's when things become sneaky. Yeah, that's fine. As long as they're changing faces, I'm okay with it. Know what I'm saying? The only problem with the fire is that he does that bullshit. And it's kinda like... See, like right now, the fire is still on the floor. There it is. Move a little bit. Perfect. Oh, don't touch the stupid fire. Let's go! Oh, now he's at the fire. I hate that. Let's go. That's good moves. Ah, that's disgusting. When she starts hitting you. Come on! Let's go! Let's go, you piece of...
The monumental battle done. Aether and Nyx defeated. For a brief moment, all laid still. But then Adrestia felt it. All of her memories rushing back. The essence of who she was. And as around her all collapsed, her divine soul erupted. Her mortal coil she shed at last, and to her rightful place ascended. Huddled together, the survivors hoped in vain, until the very last minute that the escape capsules would activate and take them all to safety. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. But in some cruel play of the fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard the ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his wounds, because only he remembered.
Now, for another one of the endings, you actually have to go ahead and wait for her. There's 4. We're gonna get them all, I believe. So just hold in there. Wait a second. Look what happens.
The masterfully crafted jewel snapped in place, and then a natural silence followed. Harmonia's eyes opened wide, and a loud cackle echoed through the hall. The cruel machination of Hephaestus was now complete. His thirst for vengeance sated. But as the nocturne overflow was now contained, the ship violently shook. Atromitos returned to its native realm. A moment was all that was needed. The few survivors of the monumental tragedy were safe and sound at last. A moment later, the ship was engulfed in an intensely bright flash. The hull was torn apart all over. Harmonia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world. Her memories, a carefully laid out plan, in but a moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delayed by shattering the necklace. And she was likewise consumed by smoke, rubble, and flame. On the Atromitos, she also perished. Ether and Nyx, content and soothed, their universe had been spared. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. But in some cruel play of the fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard the ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity, his own betrayal salting his wounds, because only he remembered.
And now for our last ending, we have to put on the necklace. Let's go.
As the jewelry clasps shut, a horrid revelation. This was not meant to help Harmonia ascend. It was a potent prison. Atromitos was for a moment freed as Nocturne converged into the necklace. The opposite was true for Adrestia, who now could clearly see the dark, forgotten, and memoryless place that wheeled her back within it. Atromitos returned to its native realm. A moment was all that was needed. The few survivors of the monumental tragedy were safe and sound at last. A moment later, the ship was engulfed in an intensely bright flash. The hull was torn apart all over. Harmonia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world. Her memories, a carefully laid out plan, in but a moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delayed by shattering the necklace. And she was likewise consumed by smoke, rubble, and flame. On the Atromitos, she also perished. Ether and Nyx, content and soothed, their universe had been spared. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. But in some cruel play of the fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard the ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his wounds, because only he remembered. This all was 20 years ago. The Atromitos, almost forgotten. On the protagonists of this here tale, not even a whisper. But who am I, you ask? A question fair, deserving of an answer. I am the child, brought to this world to complete an ascension ritual. My blood was destined to be spilled, Harmonia's plan to bring to fruition. But here I stand, Harmonia's clone, and all her memories of deities of old. I, to this day, still carry.
And with that we get all 4 endings for this game, and I am gonna be honest with you guys, music, gameplay, combat, a lot of the things this game did fantastically well, and I do think that Somber Echoes is a really good game but is held back by its terrible fast travel. I think that if Somber Echoes goes ahead and releases an update that will avoid players from having to spend 20 minutes to go from one biome to the other, Somber Echoes immediately becomes a pretty good Metroidvania. And at the end, that's what you want. You want your players to be able to enjoy the game as much as possible. If I was able to fast travel wherever I want, or for the most part, easy fast travel through biomes, then I wouldn't have any issues gathering the collectibles and getting everything. But because of its terrible pacing on that matter, it actually removes any motivation that I might have from getting everything in the game. Other than that, the game is fantastic. I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you guys did too. But with that said, I want to say thank you very much for watching. You guys are absolutely incredible. Much love to y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next game. Goodbye.